in just 11 hours, we're getting the Panasonic Lumix GH6 announced. We're going to know the exact price. We're going to know all the capabilities. Everything is going to be confirmed, and we'll most likely be able to pre-order the GH6. But just 11 hours away, we've got another leak from 4/3 Rumors from a European store that says the price is going to be 1,549 euros. That's right. That would peg it at around, what, $1,499 or $1,449 US? The GH5 listed at $1,998 or $1,999 depending on where you got it. I can't... Okay, so let's go back a couple of days first of all. We've had several leaked prices from various stores. The first one, as reported by 4/3 Rumors, says that the GH6 was going to cost $2899.99 US dollars. And that freaked a lot of people out. Wow, this is a huge price grab. This puts it right up into the middle of full frame territory without much defenses. And then just a few hours after that, it was said, no, it's not a US price from a US store. It's a Canadian price from a Canadian store at $2899.99, and that would make it right around $22.99. But that price that we just got in euros of $15.49 with exchange and everything and taxes and all that sort of stuff, you could expect the price to be around $14.49 to $14.99. And yes, I know if you apply the exchange rate, it doesn't quite work out that way, but keep in mind, European prices already have the tax built into the price, and on average, you're looking at 20%, and then you can apply the exchange rate and tariffs and all that wonderful stuff. The GH5 listed at $1999, $1998. I don't know what world we're living in where we could see the price be discounted $500 over the GH5, and that camera came out 5 years ago. Normally what we do when we're looking at pricing cameras, when we don't know the price, is we take the price that the previous model was released, such as the GH5 of 1990, so let's just say $2,000. And because it was 2 years ago, on average in North America, you're looking at a 2% inflation rate per year, ex-housing, I got it, ex-housing, and 5 years at 2%, that would peg it around $21.99. So $21.99 is kind of where the smart money is going. That's where the price of the camera should be. And based on the $28.99 Canadian price, that would certainly line up. That price would indicate around $22.99, but it could mean $21.99 because $28.99.99 converted to Canadian dollars using the current spot rate is right around $21.74, give or take. The spot rate's always changing, and today's we just have a holiday here in Ontario, not countrywide, so the foreign exchange markets for Canada would be open. But this is kind of all over the place, and at this point, this is just more GH6 news for you to digest and watch. I wouldn't get too excited either way because in just 11 hours, we're going to know the exact price of the Panasonic GH6, and we're going to get to see that all those leaked photos, all those leaked videos, all those leaked capabilities, we're going to get to see not only Panasonic's announcements of the GH6, but we're going to get to see what Jordan Drake thinks of it, what Gordon Lang thinks of it, what Kai thinks of it. And this is the truly exciting part, is we're actually going to get to see how the autofocus performs. Yes, it looks better. It looks much improved based on those few videos that we've seen. But again, time and time again, we hear how good it's going to be, and then it's released and we find out, it's not quite as reliable as I had hoped. And for those of you shooting manual all the time, this isn't a problem. But for those of you that are on a one-person crew where it's a little bit more difficult, it can be a bit of a challenge. But keep in mind, Panasonic also has that app where it can allow you to pull the focus while you're sitting in a position like me, while you're in a one-man show. You do have that ability. I just don't like having to use multiple apps, adding more things to the checklist. But if it is dramatically improved enough for the ordinary filmmaker and photographer, well, this would be a big win for Panasonic. And if they price it right, it'll just literally fly off the shelves as long as they've got product to put on the shelves. I can't imagine that Panasonic is going to be in a better position than Canon, Nikon, or Sony, and that somehow they've managed to produce tens of thousands of cameras ready for you to buy. No, I have a sense that this is going to be hard to come by. And if you're really serious about the GH6, you want to take note. I've already got a link down below. It's a notify me yet. It hasn't changed to a pre-order yet, but it will change to a pre-order soon. Go ahead and pre-order it right away. And then if you do have second thoughts, you can go ahead and change that probably within an hour or two, or even a day, or even a week, and it still won't have shipped. So go ahead and hit that pre-order button right away, because these cameras aren't going to ship right away, and then at least you hold your position. Because if you wait a couple of weeks or even a couple of months, or when it's available to actually ship, you might find that you might be waiting months, and months, because that's what Nikon users have done. That's what Canon users, even right now, cameras like the Canon R5 are sold out in many places, and you have to wait for them to show up. Same with the A7S III, same with the Alpha 1. So if you really do want this GH5, get right in line, click that notify me button in the link down below, or also just as soon as it goes to pre-order, just keep refreshing. As soon as it goes to pre-order, hit that pre-order button, and you'll have a chance of getting the GH6 as soon as it comes out. But I do highly recommend watch the review videos, wait to hear what people have to say. Don't just buy on hype, don't just buy on the rumors, don't just buy on specifications. It's the actual capabilities, how it performs in the wild, that really makes a difference. And just one last thing before I let you go, I am giving away 2 CFexpress cards. Well, I'm giving away one at the end of this month, but it'll either be this card here, which is the 512 gig AV Pro SE, or the 160 gig AV Pro SX. All you have to do to win is subscribe to this channel. You have to be at least 18 years of age, and you have to have a mailing address somewhere on the planet. If you do happen to be watching this off-world, living off-world, I'm sorry you don't apply. Even if you're not Terran, you have to have a mailing address on the planet. But these are really, really super fast cards. The 512 gig has a minimum sustained write speed of 800 megabytes per second, more than fast enough to handle anything the GH6 can throw at it, including the Nikon Z9. With Apple ProRes, I believe it can do 1.9 gigabits per second. Well, this card at 800 megabytes per second translates into about 6,400 megabits per second. So even shooting in Apple ProRes in the highest resolution, the GH6 won't have any problem with these cards. And even if you go out and buy them, you can buy them on B&H or Angelbird's website. They cost $179.99, but make sure you search for AV Pro SE or AV Pro SX, because Angelbird has an entire line of AV Pro memory cards that go anywhere from like $179.99 all the way up to $1799.99. But that's all I have to say today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, choose all if you want to get notifications of all videos as they come out. Right now, things are very, very busy. We got the GH6, we had the OM1. It means putting out at least one video a day, and what I suspect things are going to switch over to very, very shortly. Once we've got the announcement of the GH6, you can expect we're going to start to get leaks of the Canon EOS R7. Yes, that's right, the R7 has been promised for March. Well, that's according to Canon rumors on dealing with credible, validated sources. They're expecting that the R7 is going to be announced in March, and that's a big deal. At this point, we don't know if it's going to be full frame or if it's going to be the APS-C camera. A lot of people think it's going to be an APS-C camera. I personally think it's going to be full frame because we still have 2 slots available. We have a refresh of the RP and a camera that's going to sit between the RP and the R6. And Canon's going to continue that single numerology naming, R1, R3, R5, R6, and then we'll get the R7, 8, and 9. And I think APS-C is going to start with 2 digits or maybe even 3 digits. We'll just have to wait and see. They could still put an APS-C as a single digit, and maybe the APS-C camera could be the R9. We'll just have to wait and see. But according to sources, we're 100% guaranteed we are getting a camera announced called the R7 in March, which is just a week away. We don't know what the capabilities of that camera are going to be. We just know its name. So expect leaks to come on that very, very shortly. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon.